defenseless on the ropes. The referee may be deciding whether he's going to stop the fight. He is stopping the fight.
Lands to the left, and another left. Ali is doing damage now, and Flynn is taking a beating. Oh, that right hand, the overhand right, I think he nailed him. Flynn against the rope, hanging on, and on the canvas, he is down.
Joking around for Muhammad Ali. He has tried to drop Wetner. There's a good combination. Wetner's ready to go. He's ready to go. Ali comes on. Wetner's staggering. He's out on his feet right now. There's the combination. Ali has his man in trouble. Wetner attempting to hang on viciously. He's trying to hang on. He's out on his feet. Ali smokes him. A right hand off the left hook. Drops it. Left hook. The count is up to 4, up to 5, 6, 7, 8. The referee stops the fight.
1:30 left in the fight.
That left floored him. It came from nowhere. Ali came through with a left. The crowd screaming. The first knockdown of the fight. He took the mandatory 8. And now Ali is behaving like the old Ali. One more knockdown in this round. The fight is automatically over. Bonavena is running. If he goes down again, it's over. Ali is the knockout winner at 2 minutes and 3 seconds by my unofficial clock of the final round. It began with a left. I'm going up to ring center.
Ali moving in on London. A fuselage of punches by Muhammad Ali. London goes down. The referee sends Ali to a neutral corner.
You know the old story, you kill the body and it might follow. Right hand shot on the chin. Ready to go, Walcott. Sorry, cannot move.
Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Jarvis and we begin with that breaking news. The legendary boxer Muhammad Ali has died at age 74. Muhammad Ali was the beloved, iconic 3-time boxing champion. But as Nightline co-anchor Byron Pitts tells us tonight, he was so much more.
Look at you out, sucker.
Ali was a lightning rod both in and out of the boxing ring, known for his grace, his power, and his poetry.
I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
He was born Cassius Clay in Louisville, Kentucky in 1942. He learned to fight as a boy after his bicycle was stolen and soon climbed the ranks of amateur boxing. By 18, he was the star of the U.S. Olympic team. Light on his feet and unlike anything the boxing world had ever seen, he took home a gold medal. But the victory was bittersweet, returning home to a segregated South where he was still treated like a second-class citizen. Ali said he threw his gold medal into the Ohio River in disgust. 4 years later, the young boxer was up against reigning champ Sonny Liston, his first title fight. Defying 7-to-1 odds, he stole the heavyweight title, one of the biggest upsets in history.
I don't have a mark on my face, and I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest.
Ali loved the spotlight, but privately he was going through his own transformation. He dared to align himself at both ends of the civil rights movement, a fan of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a shared faith with Malcolm X.
I would like for you to call me by my name now. Muhammad Ali.
Ali joined the Nation of Islam and rejected what he called his slave name.
He was a revolutionary in terms of race by standing up for things that a lot of people were not yet standing up for. And at the same time, he gave up a lot for his politics. And he was criticized and even vilified by many people.
He was viewed with suspicion even by those in his own community.
I and a number of actors of color would look at him and wonder, what was his game? What role was he playing?
On the very short list of those who actually knew the private and public Ali, a man equally blessed with gifts admired worldwide. Famed actor, singer, and human rights activist Harry Belafonte.
The first time I met him personally was in the airport in Louisville. He says, they tell me I look like you. I can't have two of us in the world. He said, do you fight? And I said, no. He said, well, you may have to, because I'm coming after you. And then just at that moment, he came into my face and held his fist up.
Two handsome young men pictured during one of the ugliest times in American history.
It sounds like in many ways that your journey with Muhammad Ali is like America's journey with Ali. Initial fascination, deep curiosity and concern, and then great affection later.
But I then began to look at him and our struggle and our movement through a very different lens. I saw him as critically important to smashing the traditions.
How so?
Most of us had somehow adopted a code of existence that always put upon us the need to show our gentler side. Always be respectful, never be contentious, don't be aggressive, be a good Negro.
So perhaps he showed that it was okay for a black man to be bold, to be outspoken.
The beauty of it was that it was really him, but deep down inside, what you saw in Muhammad Ali was really who he was. And I loved him for it. Loved him for it.
And Ali never stopped loving the ring.
Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
But just a few years later, a new controversy, this one landing him in court. The year was 1967. The U.S. was deep in the Vietnam War when Ali got his draft notice. He refused to serve, arguing the war violated his Muslim beliefs.
No, I will not go 10,000 miles from here to help murder and kill another poor people simply to continue the domination of white slave masters over the darker people of the earth.
Ali was convicted of draft evasion, stripped of his title, and banned from the sport.
He lost the heart of his athletic career because he refused to fight in Vietnam. Now, that doesn't make him Nelson Mandela, but it was something. And it was striking to many Americans that he not only had beliefs, but he stood up for them.
Still no comment.
You're registered then and not now.
It took almost 3 years for Ali to win his appeal at the Supreme Court and get back in the ring.
I planned my strategy.
And he returned with a vengeance, eventually taking on the seemingly invincible George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. Ali won the hearts of the African crowd in the biggest match of his career.
Too late. It's over. Muhammad Ali, with an 8th-round knockout, recaptures the heavyweight championship of the world.
So many people doubted him and thought that this bigger, tougher, strong man was going to beat him. And then, he won the fight with his smarts.
And with his razor-sharp wit outside the ring, Ali met his match in ABC sportscaster Howard Cosell. Their verbal sparring, born out of mutual respect and affection, turned them into an irresistible comedy team on Wide World of Sports.
I'm not sure that there's anybody left, really, for you to fight.
You.
That may come about someday. Thank you for coming by.
Stay in shape.
Ali's triumphs, like this one over Joe Frazier in the Thrill in Manila, made for some of boxing's greatest fights and made Ali one of the most popular figures of his time. He graced the cover of Sports Illustrated 35 times from 1963 to 1998. It was the golden age of heavyweight boxing, and Ali was king. But years of punishment in the ring took its toll.
Can't talk no more. I'm all messed up.
Ali retired for good in 1981. 3 years later, at the age of 42, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. This time, he would have someone else in his corner. In 1986, he married Lonnie, whom he first met during a trip to his family home in 1963. That meeting immortalized in this photo. Little Lonnie didn't even know who he was. Together, they have faced the toughest fight of Ali's life. And while Ali grew physically weaker over the years, he could still inspire, lighting the Olympic flame in Atlanta, raising millions for charity, and speaking out for peace and solidarity with all Muslims in the wake of September 11th. And 3 months later, his life played out on the silver screen with Will Smith as Muhammad Ali.
Absolutely, positively did not want to be the dude that messed up the Muhammad Ali story.
Smith said his transformation into Muhammad Ali will have a lasting impact on his life.
I'm profoundly changed. There's a really bittersweet emotion that I feel from playing this role that I'll never be that great.
The United States honors Muhammad Ali.
In 2005, Ali was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his part in the struggle for equality.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
It was a fight that Ali saw come to fruition when the nation elected its first black president.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Ali, a guest of honor at Obama's inauguration. A global ambassador for whom Parkinson could all but silence his speech, but not his presence. In the ring, he had few peers, often compared to the great Joe Louis. It's been said Louis was the first athlete who forced America to see and admire a black man. It was Ali who made